Hey, how do you like my beautiful white background? I had to think of this time that I had a date with someone and I just bought this apartment that I am sitting in now, and everything was really white. And he was like, I love what you did to the walls. And it was a joke, and it probably doesn't really transfer, but this is me in my white walled apartment. Um, there are so many things that I want to share with you. And at the same time, I don't want to share anything because it's not about all the things that I'm going to share with you or that I might partly share and not completely and maybe never. Because what it is about is that we stand in the miracles of ourselves and we ask for a sign. That is a quote from Seth. And so life is a miracle in and of itself. And every single moment in your life is a miracle. We have all these amazing teachers, the ones that I think are amazing: Bashar, Abraham Hicks, Seth, Neville Goddard, Florence Scovel Shinn, Sarah Landon and the Council, and they say it all. And so then there are people like me that make YouTube videos and that say, well, and this happened, and when you do this, then that can happen. And but in the end, everything is a miracle. And so whatever it is that you see and that you have in your life experience, whether you like it or you don't like it, it comes through you, and you're the manifester, the creator of all of it. And so if you don't like something, you become indifferent to it. I love how Edward Art always says that. Just become indifferent to it. Don't react to it and just focus on what you do want. So now, two magical things that I would like to share with you for now, because I'm pretty sure that most of us um, have been there at one point, or maybe you are still there at this point. And so I was continuously making money, my God, and thinking, oh my God, how will I have enough to do all the things that I want to do without having to do things that I don't want to do, which means take a 9 to 5. And I've been magically creating ease with regards to finances and with regards to everything, actually. And recently, I found 40,000 euros. I had no idea that I had saved this money. And this is a bit of a crazy story because how can you not know, right? That you saved 40,000 euros. Well, because I was so focused before on not knowing and like thinking like how, and then all of a sudden I realized that I had this. Now we can go into the nitty gritty of how did I manifest this, or how did this fall out of thin air? But we know that everything is now, and the reason that you don't see something is because you are in a state of being that cannot see it, because everything is here and now. That's it. And when I discovered this, my initial reaction was disbelief, and also I almost wanted to call someone, and then I thought, wait a minute, there's nothing special about this. This is 40,000 euros and I can create so much more if I want to. This is just a means to ends, because the money in and of itself, like money is just money. But when I use it to do something that I love to do, or to buy something that I love to buy, or, treat people to nice things, and then it becomes something, and it's always a means to an end. And I love how I am normalizing having money appear out of thin air and just having more than enough and creating more and more and more and more. Because that's why I came here. I came here to experience all of it, and everything comes through me. But if I believe that it's out there, and how do I get it here? Then I'm just pushing it further away, aren't I? So the second thing that I would love to share with you has to do with we always give ourselves the answer. And it will become clear when I give you the example. And when we don't know if we're on the right path or if we did the right thing, we can ask questions. I want to take a sip and check my hair. Yeah, my hair is good. Cheers. So I started training with a guy in Perth, Australia, online. How this came about was, it was crazy, and I love it. So as you might know, I'm very much into training and training pretty hard physically because I just love it. My body loves it. I love it. I get stronger, I get energized, I feel like I'm on top of the world, and it is something that is a part of me, and I know that it's a part of my purpose, and I'm living my purpose by being me, and I also know that I will do something with this, like more than I'm doing now. And what it is, I don't know. I just feel so strongly called to do this stuff that I know that it's part of something bigger. Whatever it is, we will see, because I will share it with you as soon as it is completely clear. In any case, I was in the gym, a gym where I'm not at this point in time. And I was training for handstands, and all of a sudden this guy comes to me and he says, hey, with whom do you train? And I said, oh yeah, I have some programs here and there, thinking he wants to have tips as well, because I've had people in the gym come to me ask me things about handstand training, and I would give them tips. And then he says, I'm a handstand trainer and I see that you're doing a couple of things that you could do better. Would you like some tips? And I was like, yes, please. And the interesting thing was I had been wishing for something like that to happen, and I knew that I could create it, and I hadn't created it up until that point. So I was over the moon that a handstand trainer came to me, because in the gym where I was at, it's a different type of gym. People are not really into calisthenic type things, including handstands. So this guy gives me some tips and he tells me he's a handstand trainer. He is from Seoul, and at times he's in Amsterdam. And so we exchanged numbers, and I thought, oh, maybe I can go train with him sometime. At that point in time, I didn't feel that I wanted to spend money on it, which is actually a side note. Whenever you give a reason to yourself, like, I don't think I have the money for this now, because that was kind of what was going on in my mind. It actually means it's not choiceless. And I found the argument of money, but it just meant this is not the path, this is not the right thing to do. Because a couple of months later, I put down 4 times that money to train with his trainer, with almost no thinking. It was just like, yeah, I'm going to do this. Which brings me to the continuation of the story. At one point, I thought, you know what? I want to train abroad again. I want to go a year abroad and train with the best of the best. So I messaged Ryan, this guy from Seoul, and I said, hey, do you have any tips for me? Because I'm looking for somewhere where I can train and learn from the best. And I said, I think I said, I don't remember how it came together, but it was pretty interesting, because he said at one point, you know what, why don't you check my trainer? He lives in Australia And Australia was already a place that I was thinking that I wanted to go back to for a year. And so I was like, isn't that interesting that his trainer lives in Australia? And he trains with him online. And I asked for his name. He gave me his name. And then he also gave me the name of the school where this trainer teaches. And there are multiple trainers there. And he might even be one of the owners. So I check out the school on Instagram, and I'm blown away because they're doing all the things that I want to become either better at or just want to learn, because I am not at all at that level yet. So I contact the trainer and I said, hey, got your name from Ryan, blah, blah, blah. I would love to train with you. And this actually, I have to take a step back. This is actually because I actually wanted to already leave this year to go to Australia, but I can't because I made a promise to some people to do something. So I have to stay until the end of this year in Holland. And I was like, okay, fine. Because I just flow with whatever life tells me to do. And I knew I had to stay here because it just isn't an option that I don't stay. So I was like, okay, fine. Apparently the plan is a bit different than I thought. So then I thought, okay, I'm going to train online with this dude. If I cannot be in person there, it's gonna take too long. Like, it's September now. I decided in August that I wanted to train with him, and we still have a couple of months until the end of the year. So I was like, okay, I'm going to train online with him. Let's do it. So I got the program, and then this was actually like, when was this, a week ago? I got the program either right before I left to Berlin or when I was in Berlin, because I visited a close friend of mine, and it was amazing, and well, in any case, and very magical. So I checked the program and I thought, fuck, because it is very extensive. It looked complicated to me at first. I was looking at it and all these links to videos, and my mind just went, fuck, what did I do? So one morning I woke up and I was grumpy as hell. And I was thinking, did I do the right thing choosing this trainer? And all these things went through my head, and all these arguments, and I was just really not feeling it anymore. But I had already paid him, I had already said yes, and I probably could have gotten my money back if I wanted to, if I would have made a case about it. And it was not an option to just squander the money. It was not an option for me to say, you know, okay, what? I paid it, what the fuck? I don't care. It's just money. That it was not an option to me to do that. So I decided to go training in the calisthenics area in Berlin, close to my friend's house. And I'm on the training ground and I'm doing some things. And I'm checking out this dude, because that's what you do, right? When you train, you always, well, I do at least, I always also pay attention to others. Like, maybe I get inspiration for someone, and sometimes people just do crazy, amazing things that I cannot not look. So this dude was doing a couple of things, and I thought, isn't this interesting? He is doing the things that are in my program. So either the program that I have and the things that are in there are so general to a certain level of handstand teachers. Did I tell you this was for handstands? Well, it's for handstands and then some. So I thought this level of training is either general for handstand teachers, or this guy is training with the same teacher in Australia. Mind you, I was in Berlin in Europe. And it's not like so whatever, I don't have to explain this to you. So 2 hours later, I'm still there. This guy is done with his training, and he was fucking awesome, amazing, mind-blowing at handstands. And I was thinking, shall I not? I want another sip. And yeah, so then I decided, yes, I'm going to ask him. And I said, hey, excuse me, um, where do you train? He's like, yeah, my trainer lives on the other side of the world. And I said, is this his name? And he was like, yeah. I was like, no way. What are the odds? And he goes on to say, man, well, I don't know if he said man, but you made the right decision. He is the OG. He is so good and blah, blah, blah. Gives me all these reasons why my trainer is so amazing and that I did the right thing. And this was so beautifully magical to me. And it also, it touches some more things because, as I told you before, I know that this is part of my purpose. I just know it with all my body. How do I know? Because I cannot not do it. There is no way in hell that I cannot not. And I can tell you, I'm not even 1 week into this training. It's freaking hard. It's seriously like, I'm just like, okay, if this doesn't make me stronger, I don't know what will. It's intense, man. It's intense. Did I tell you it's intense? It's intense. In any case, I cannot not. I just cannot not. And every morning I wake up, I feel better in my body. Whereas actually you would think that I would feel broken if you see the things that I have to do for this training. Like, they look simple because maybe some of you check my shorts, but believe me, yeah. In any case, so it was an answer to my question, like, did I do the right thing training with this trainer? And it was even more magical than that, because this guy also showed me, that's actually not the word that I'm looking for, but it doesn't matter, you have to do it for right now, that I am on the right path, because these magical things always coalesce when we're on the right path. And we cannot really divert from the wrong path because we will always be led back to it. But sometimes we can kind of go astray for a bit, and that is contrast. And this is the two things that I wanted to share with you now. And to wrap it up and to come back to the beginning, everything is here for you already right now. The things that I have been doing is continuously following my highest excitement. That's what Bashar says. Not figuring out the how on earth, because it's not my job. Going to trust and ease and trust and ease and trust and ease, and sometimes crying and getting angry and not understanding, and then go back to trust and ease. I have coaches, I have sessions with channelers. Like, I'm a coach and I get coached, and I do not believe that anyone in this world can get at the next level without having someone coach them, either personally or through you watching tons of videos, reading tons of books from a certain, I would say, one or maybe two teachers that say kind of the same thing but in a different way. I do not believe that you can get any better just trying to figure out stuff by yourself. And so that's a belief, yeah, whatever, it works for me. And so that's what I do. And if you want to create even more amazing things in your life, get a coach, invest in yourself, and make a decision. Like, how bad do you want it? Like, seriously, how bad do you want this? And now that I'm training with him, I'm kind of like, why didn't I do this earlier? Why didn't I invest money earlier? Because I could have already been a couple of steps further than I am. And that doesn't serve me. That thought doesn't serve me because it is now and I decided to do it now. And I also know, because I've been toying with this idea for way longer and now I made the decision. Now I also know, you know, there is no time, and at the same time, time is precious. And I love to learn what I'm learning, and I love to become better and stronger and faster and no, no, no. So I know that the next time I have an idea, it will not take me this long. I will just go for it. In any case, I know that this was helpful because you're still listening to this. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. If you would like to coach with me, I don't really coach people except a select few that are really committed, because I don't have time for people that, yeah, but, and that are really attached to their bullshit stories. I don't have time for that. I don't do it myself anymore either. Like, I can help you when you know where you want to go, but if you're still kind of like on the fence and defending things, a physical reality that you actually know are bullshit but don't know how to let go, then I'm not the one for you. But there definitely are things for you to figure out how to get where you want to go. Yeah, that's it for now. So this was helpful for you because you're still watching, and I will see you in the next, and I wish you a super beautiful rest of the day. Mwah.